Good morning, horrible human beings. The immigration episode. Before I get started, my man made the comment, boy, it look like you about to put a lace front on wearing that stocking cap. So, as you can see, I'm waiting on my appointment so I don't got to wear the cap no more. But I wanted to touch on thinking about Biden yesterday and the election and all that, the topic of immigrants. And I think it's Trump say the immigrants come over here and they're killers and they rapists and they sick people. We got to get them out. Well, wasn't the first people who came here the sickest rapists and murderers ever? And they damn sure was immigrants. If the Native Americans would have put a goddamn wall up or just wouldn't have been benevolent and murdered them the first time they came, history and North America most likely would be different. But it made me think, when someone talks about immigrants, for starters, you have no idea what those people go through and why they get here. And I'm not just talking, I mean all immigrants, not just Hispanic, what they seem to focus on, but immigrants from everywhere. No matter how poor, how down bad, how bad off your environment and circumstances are here in America, they don't have nothing on a third world country. And some of the people with opinions, you don't even have a passport. You got to really travel. You don't have to travel the whole world. And I don't mean go to Jamaica to where the resorts are. Go to Jamaica where Jamaicans live at. Just using Jamaica for an example. Go somewhere where people live day in and day out. Not where, they're promoting travel and tourism. You'll see, here in America, you can be bad, you can have nothing going on, and to some degree, you'll still find housing. You will get given money for food and money just to have money. So even at the worst that this government is, you have no idea what it's like to come from somewhere where there's no water. And I don't mean how the things were in Michigan with the bad water. I'm talking about there's no plumbing for water. No matter how bad your neighborhood is, how impoverished it is, your floor is not dirt. Actual literal dirt. And I say that I have a keener insight because the love of my life is an immigrant from Trinidad. And I was fortunate to go home with her and see Trini. And it was beautiful. But when you go somewhere and you see people that don't have anything, and that's not saying that Jamaicans or Trinidadians or Nigerians or Chinese or Spanish don't have anything, but the infrastructure is way different than it is here in America. So you wonder, well, why do they come here from Mumbai and all of them is doctors? All of them is educated and they lawyers, because their motivation is more. And the thing is, you don't have to be an immigrant to have it. You got a lot of people who come. I spoke about it earlier. The best way to live a dream is be born into the nightmare. There's a lot of people who don't embrace the nightmare, but they spend all their energy, and I'm talking about Americans, to get away from it and become something different and better. And a lot of times they never had any example of anything different, but they know, God damn it, I'm not living like this forever. So that's whether you third world country, America, or whatever, but that's your motivation and inspiration. You have no idea where your own government will murder you for the smallest dissent and leave the bodies where they are. No, we got a lot of dead bodies in America, a lot of murder happening. But there's an infrastructure that'll come and pick the bodies up, put the sawdust down, blah, blah, blah. They don't just leave the bodies there so you can walk past and smell the rot. That's a lot of Americans don't have any concept, no frame of reference or concept of that. So when they say the immigrants are coming here, the immigrants came here not to argue with you, but to bust their ass and make sure that they can live better and have better opportunities. It would be a way longer video, and there's a lot of different dynamics at play and why things change like that, and why it's acceptable or not. But I'll say this: living with an immigrant, you take for granted your social security number. I know some brothers who don't even know their social security number and only know it when they happen to get locked up and have to they find it out through the process of that. Because other than that, it really ain't no need. I even know some people who don't have proper birth certificates, and they were born right here. So when we quick to say, oh, I don't want the immigrants, they coming in here and taking the jobs. They're not listen, they can't take something. The only people who came here and took something was the people who started America, quote unquote. Can you see the air quotes? They took everything. You can't take something that's open and available. But I guarantee you this: there's no excuse, but it's no accident that somebody may come here and, yeah, I may do the lowest job ever. I clean the shit in your toilet bowls. I do whatever you don't want to do because A, I'm taking care of my family, but B, I'm setting my family up so that they will be exponentially farther than me. So if I got to take it on my shoulders, so we can get the win, then that's what I'm going to do. And you have to respect that. There's no way around it. You don't respect that, then it tells me a lot about you. So to all of the immigrants, which I'm believing all of us are, whether by choice or by force, it's a lot deeper than that. And there's a respect here. We can get into why I don't, what's the best way to say it? We can get into why they look down on us, and I can't say, I'm not no blanket statements, can't say that everybody looks down, but educate yourself and then wonder why. If you've been here for 40 plus years and you're not doing anything, you're making 25, 30K or less, or your government is just taking care